the Pioneer viewers. We continue to bring you all the hot developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. The war process is so active that important changes can occur within a day. Since the beginning of the war, the tension in the region has never decreased. Ukrainian defenses are constantly on standby. It is fully equipped against a possible Russian attack. We can say that Ukrainian defense has been strengthened since the first days of the Russian occupation. Kyiv authorities have done everything they could to strengthen Ukrainian defense. International negotiations, military support packages, and the deployment of new defense weapons in the region have been important gains for Ukrainian defense. The real turning point for Ukrainian defense came with the start of counteroffensive operations. As the balance in the war shifted, the Ukrainian army also launched counterattacks. As a result, the burden on the Ukrainian defense has eased a little bit. While the Ukrainian defense continued to work successfully, an important development took place the other day. The Ukrainian defense managed to repel an effective attack by the Russian army. The Russian army attacked the Ukrainian fronts with intense firepower. Although this Russian attack gave the Ukrainian defense a hard time, Kyiv forces successfully repelled the attack. Patriot air defense systems supplied by the US made the Ukrainian army's job easier. The Ukrainian fronts, which were heavily shelled by the Russian army, managed to destroy the missiles. Ukrainian defense continues to successfully carry out its mission. Likewise, the Ukrainian army's counterattack units continue their operations against Russian targets. The Ukrainian army carried out another important operation the other day. A convoy of armored vehicles belonging to the Russian army had been followed by Ukrainian military intelligence for a short time. After the intelligence obtained the necessary information, the Ukrainian army pressed the button for the operation. In the images shared about the operation, it was seen that the armored vehicle convoy belonging to the Russian army was burned. Now, if you are ready, let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to bring you the developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. Last day's Russian bombardment was successfully thwarted by Ukrainian defenses. Thanks to US Patriot systems, Ukraine's Air Force has intercepted every Russian Kinzhal missile fired since May. With the help of the state-of-the-art defenses that Zelensky has long touted, the country has increasingly managed to thwart Russian bombardments. Its effectiveness is likely to further increase Ukraine's demand for more of the much-coveted anti-ballistic systems. Ukrainian Army Air Force Colonel Serhiy Yermenko emphasized the necessity of the systems in a statement. All Kinzhal launched in the Ukrainian capital since the announcement of the Patriot air defense system being put on combat duty have been successfully intercepted, he said. Since the beginning of May 2023, not a single ballistic target has been hit in the Ukrainian capital. More than 20 Kinzhals have been launched in Kyiv and all of them have been successfully intercepted. Kinzhal missiles, which means dagger in Russian, were once touted as a game-changer for the Russian military in its shelling of Ukrainian cities. But thanks to the Patriot systems acquired by Zelensky, they failed to fulfill their promise in Ukraine. The Mi-104 Patriot is manufactured in the US by defense contractor Raytheon and is considered one of the most advanced air defense systems in the world. Ukraine currently has at least 2 batteries of these systems. One of them was donated by the US in May, while the other was provided jointly by Germany and the Netherlands. Zelensky continues to call for more of the high-tech anti-ballistic systems to be sent to Ukraine, which he says are needed to counter the 3,000 missiles Russia launches into the country every month. In a speech last month, the Ukrainian leader emphasized that Ukraine needs at least 7 systems. This is the smaller and more urgent of the 25 Patriot systems Zelensky said were needed to fully protect Ukraine. In April, Germany pledged to send another Patriot to Ukraine, with Biden following suit by approving the deployment of a second system in June. In late June, Romania also pledged to send a Patriot system to Ukraine. Just the other day, the U.S. Department of Defense announced a $2.2 billion aid package to upgrade Ukraine's air defenses, including additional surface-to-air missiles for the country's existing Patriot systems. Given their success in limiting Russian bombardments, it is not surprising that Ukraine is so eager for more Patriots to help protect its skies. While Ukraine's defenses continue to operate successfully, there has been another development. Ukrainian army assault units destroyed a convoy of armored vehicles belonging to the Russian army. A video released by Ukraine showed a dozen Russian armored vehicles destroyed by Kyiv forces on the battlefield. The video reached thousands of people in a short time. Ukraine's main intelligence directorate shared aerial drone footage on its social media channels and announced that one of its units burned and destroyed more than a dozen Russian vehicles in a single day. Both Moscow and Kyiv have reportedly lost large amounts of personnel and equipment after launching an offensive over Russia's seizure of villages on Ukraine's northeastern border in the Kharkiv region. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russia's offensive in the Kharkiv region was not successful. The failure of the attack was considered a very important result. In the statement made by the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine, it was stated that the Ukrainian army carried out successful operations on the front line. Stating that the Russian logistics network is under attack, the authorities stated that the operations will continue. Stating that the scouts on the front line destroyed Russian equipment, the officials emphasized that they are destroying the resources of the Russian army day by day. It is known that the Ukrainian army is working on minimum cost by using unmanned aerial vehicles in counterattacks. Following the operation, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine published figures on Russian losses of troops and equipment as part of its daily update on the war. It said that Russia lost 17 armored personnel vehicles in the past day, bringing the total number of casualties to 15,583. The losses of the Russian army are increasing every day and the Kremlin seems to be desperate about it. How do you interpret the Ukrainian defense shooting down Russian missiles, and how many Patriot systems do you think the Ukrainian defense needs? How do you interpret the destruction of the Russian army's armored convoy? How do you think the Ukrainian army compares to the early stages of the war? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.